The Amnesty Commission law, which was passed in the year 2000, is still
A very good evening to you once again. Thank you for allowing us into your space. My name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango, and Namiyamba Dorothy is already with us on sign language. Now straight away into the bulletin. The NRM presidential candidate, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has campaigned in Kasese district with a key message centered on peace and stability, highlighting how his administration wiped out several rebel groups that had sought to destabilize Kasese and the country at large.
Museveni atandise campaign ze n'ensonga musanvu zazatambulizako gavumenti nga y'ensonga lwaki eggwanga lirimu emirembe.
Bobuholo
Abokano mwikala hei na Kongo
kusangwa
mukuru gokutaba na businge
kusangwa mwikere kwine Kongo munasi emibere eyeretandi byano buholo nganiki
numurora ensuhuki refugees abara hano abayirukire munsi yabo abako atende businge
mukal namlangira basayi abakalo machi ho cyabo abare hano habwere bulo buholo omachi ho cyabo
twina abakongo emitwaro nsanju 700,000 Congolese.
Ekitundu kya Renzo
na Fort Portal na Bundubujo byona biri hamwe.
Kasese na Kabarole na Bundubujo biri hauma
byona bikabiri hara na Kampala.
Ebyo si byabibere hale okwa Kampala.
Tukasanga enguto ya chorus negarukira Mitiana.
Tukatsuka enzira ya chorus iyitwiririye Mitiana.
Ati enguto twagarukamo ya Kampala Mitiana mirundi ebiri twakajigarukamo twakora uruguto rurehire muno kuruga Mitiana Mubende Kyejegwa Kyenjojo Fort Portal rwakwatana na runo rwahano.
Munsika y'ebyobulamu Kasese erina amasomero ga primary.
The NRM presidential candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has kicked off his campaigns in Rwenzori sub-region, starting with rallies in Kasese and Bunyangabo. In Kasese, the presidential candidate addressed the supporters at Nyakasanga playground, where thousands of NRM supporters clad in yellow turned up to welcome their national chairman. Museveni, while campaigning, began by outlining 7 key contributions his administration has made to Uganda, including peace, which he said has been the foundation for all the developments in Kasese.
Ati tafari yokubanza
Editafari yokubanza
NRM letera hanju ya Uganda.
NRM ereye hiriro kwa nyumbe ya Uganda
No businge.
Bobuholo.
Inyo ba Kasese ninyo ba Keiso hari Uganda yona okumanya amakuru go businge.
Inyo abanyakasese ninyo bimiri omu Uganda enwe yosi eriminya obuholo nganiki.
aboka numikara hei na Kongo kusangwa makuru gokutaba na businge
kusangwa mwikera kwine Kongo munasi emibere eyeretandibya no buholo nganiki
numurora ensuhuki refugees abarahanu abairukire munsi yabo habukwatene businge
mukal namlangira basayi abakalo mwachi ho cyabo abare hano habwere bulo buholo omwachi ho cyabo
twina abakongo emitwaro nsanju 700,000 Congolese.
The Rwenzori sub-region has a number of existing good road networks, and Museveni pledged to rehabilitate the worn-out roads, upgrade old ones, and increase funding beyond the current 1 billion shillings allocated for road maintenance.
Kasese na Fort Portal na Bundubujo byona biri hamu.
Kasese na Kabarole na Bundubujo biri hauma.
Byona bikabiri hara na Kampala.
Ebyo si byabiri hale okwa Kampala.
Tukasanga enguto ya Chorus negarukira Mitiana.
Tukatsuka enzira ya Chorus iyitwiririye Mitiana.
Ate nguto twagarukamo ya Kampala Mitiana mirundi ebiri twakajigarukamo twakora uruguto rurehire muno kuruga Mitiana Mubende Kyejegwa Kyenjojo Fort Portal rwakwatana na runo rwahano.
In health and education, Kasese has over 260 primary schools and 25 secondary schools, as well as a hospital and several health facilities. Museveni pledged to establish more schools and health facilities in sub-counties and parishes that lack them.
Kandi hariho amagomborora Cyabarungira, Cyarumba, Mariba Trading Center, Kinyamaseke, nibagenda kwombekeyo health center series Mpiaka.
Kasese district leaders praised President Museveni for fighting and defeating all rebel groups in and around the district.
We the people of Rwenzori have passed through a difficult time. We had the war of Rwenzururu, we had the war of Nalu, we had the war of ADF. All these wars were cleared by President Museveni. Now we have peace from end to end. So that is already a gain that we have got from NRM, from President Museveni. Number two, the issue of education.
They also highlighted NRM achievements such as efforts to revive Kilembe mines and improved service delivery, including increased numbers of schools and health facilities.
Recently, an investor has come to revive Kilembe mines. And you know Kilembe mines used to employ 5,000 people. So if they can employ that, all the youth in Kasese will get employment. There is already a process of reopening the railway line up to Kasese. There is a process of upgrading the airport. All those are gains.
Then at the homestead level, PDM is causing a revolution in this district.
Tomorrow, the NRM presidential candidate will take his manifesto to the people of Bundibujo and Ndoroko. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Kasese.
your way to Morocco with Uganda Cranes and MTN. Simply buy a Gaga bundle by dialing *100 *0# and stand a chance to win a fully paid trip to Morocco. Gaga your way to Morocco with Uganda Cranes and MTN. Together, our fire is unstoppable. Fire! MTN. Terms and conditions apply. MTN Uganda is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
Well, still in Kasese district, one of Uganda's largest, most mineral-endowed regions, lies in western Uganda along Rwenzori corridor, approximately 395 kilometers from Kampala, and is home to 853,000 people according to the 2024 census. Strategically positioned at the foot of Rwenzori Mountains, Kasese hosts the only snow-capped mountain on the equator in the world. It also has two national parks, and that is Queen Elizabeth National Park and Rwenzori Mountain National Park, making tourism one of its biggest income-generating activities. The district is rich in minerals, including salt, copper, and cobalt, with Rukonzo being the most widely spoken and culturally unique language. Kasese is also home to the historic Rwenzori Kingdom, a major cultural identity of the region.
Kasese district, located in western Uganda Rwenzori corridor, is a home to two national parks, Queen Elizabeth and Rwenzori Mountains. It holds key minerals of salt, copper, cobalt, and Rwenzori Kingdom as its cultural identity. Kasese comprises 44 sub-counties and town councils, 215 parishes, and 867 villages, with a total of 193,514 households. Under the parish development model, Kasese District and Kasese Municipality have cumulatively received shilling 77.35 billion, of which shilling 65.47 billion has already been disbursed to 67,336 beneficiary households, representing 35% coverage. Through Emioga, the district operates 60 circles with 51,375 members, and government has injected shillings 2.71 billion to strengthen enterprise groups across the 18 specialized categories. In the education sector, Kasese hosts 260 government primary schools with 169,826 pupils and 25 government secondary schools with 15,916 students. Kasese is home to the Rwenzori Presidential Industrial Skilling Hub, which has so far trained 1,126 youths in welding, carpentry, construction, tailoring, bakery, shoemaking, hairdressing, and other practical trades, hoping to create a skilled labor force for the region's growing economy. In the health sector, the district has one general hospital, 2 health center 4s, and 28 health center 3s. For water access, only 404 of the 867 rural villages have safe water, representing 47% coverage. While on energy, the district is fully connected to the national electricity grid, powering mining, tourism, agriculture, and household consumption. Planned for the next Sanja, government intends to upgrade More Health Center 2 facilities to Health Center 3 in underserved sub-counties, construct 5 solar-powered piped water systems, including one in Hima sub-county, upgrade the Mubuku piped water supply system, and develop the Kitom Makasenyi RGC water system, among other interventions to boost service delivery and household income.
And of course, that's the government scorecard as it has been read there by Regan. Now, as we move ahead, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has saluted the arts teachers who staged an industrial strike mid this year, protesting disparities in government salary enhancements, for heeding his call and eventually returning to class. According to the president, such situations arise from poor national prioritization, where many consider salaries and emoluments more important than key public needs such as schools, hospitals and infrastructure.
Hundreds of NRM supporters in Bunyangabo district on Thursday painted the Chibito Secondary School playgrounds yellow. The Speaker of Parliament Anita Ntamo and her Deputy Thomas Tayebo were among the many who received the President in Bunyangabo district. This is candidate Kaguta Museveni's first day in Rwenzori sub-region.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda and the National Chairman of the National Resistance Movement Party, we welcome you to Bunyangabo District as you start the campaign in Rwenzori sub-region.
Veteran politician and Minister Tom Butime was part of the reception team in Bunyangabo.
Mr. President, hati wahika to hura ohumwiri hana roho singe.
Others present included SEC members Moses Mushabe and Jonah Simwe, ministers, members of parliament, as well as opinion and religious leaders.
Increasing the production of those areas. The program was very good as for acre model, but for the extensive lands.
Your Excellency, we want to thank you for the peace, because Kasese being near DRC, this district is equally near Kasese. The problems that would come to Kasese would definitely come here.
Anita Ntamongo's address hit below the belt, targeting those running smear campaigns.
I am hearing the ill-minded people out there saying that on the day of voting, we should go to the streets. Going to the streets to do what? We should guard Uganda like we guard a glass. We will not allow wicked people to come and misguide our people in Uganda.
Bunyangabo is an 8-year-old district, having been established in 2017.
Uganda, nesi nyingi za Afrika zikaba zilemerwe ntiwabe nohurangu tukatunga independence umwaka 1962 kaga na mkaga hakaba hariho akatabanko.
According to the president, the prevailing stability in the country is as a result of several principles and factors.
Umwana azairwe yakura yaswera yazara abana umbusinge.
Museveni's address to Bunyangabo voters touched the key pressing issues in the area.
Uruguto rwanjye runakozire urwa Kampala Mbende, Kampala Mitiana, Mitiana Mbende Fort Portal. Hatu rukuzire. Badini baragarakamu. Bakeriroho.
Highlighting infrastructure development, Museveni blamed the slow pace of government service delivery on poor prioritization.
That part of the reasons why projects like the one of Mbende Fort Portal Road has delayed is because of scattering resources, not prioritizing, touching this, abandoning the guerrilla way of doing things, of doing one thing at a time.
Referring to the recent industrial action by arts teachers demanding a salary increase, Museveni said the government's stance on prioritizing sectors was appropriate, and he saluted the teachers for eventually returning to work.
Tubakire barora omugurusongo tumurugeho nasabara kutuletera kizibu omusomeso omugurusongo abasomesa mukurukeyo mukwedi mukurukeyo abasomesa banange.
With these pillars, President Museveni has invited voters of Bunyangabo district to fully support the NRM party.
Mama yantuma ngumbahe message ye. Her message is thank you so much for supporting Mzee. And also that we should go out on the 15th of January, all of us, and protect the peace that has been hard fought by Mzee and the NRM, and vote. Vote for the old man with the hat and vote for the NRM.
Robert Nyango, UBC News.
Leaders of Bunyangabo district in Rwenzori sub-region are seeing nothing before them but progress under the national resistance movement. The successful fight against the ADF rebels have rendered the area peaceful, which they say has enabled socio-economic progress.
For an area once vulnerable to ADF attacks to be this peaceful calls for appreciation, and the appreciation goes to the government of the day, National Resistance Movement.
We have a lot of rebels in Congo. They have killed us, the ADF and Chirumbira Mutima and others. So for the security that this government has provided to us, we just love NRM because of that.
Everyone is doing their work very well. Everyone is moving on very well, doing their businesses well. Students are going to school very well. I mean, people are happy and we are at peace, and we thank the president and the government of NRM.
To maintain this peace, it will take unity to realize more socio-economic progress.
We are now producing 500 trucks of bananas every month. We have been producing 70,000 tons of rice in the last 5 years. We are now producing 15,000 tons of rice every year. So people are growing wealthier every day that passes because the NRM set up factories for value addition. They have been able to set up markets, collection centers of bananas.
This is reason enough for the people here to give the ruling party another 5-year mandate.
As we talk now, the youth is still and is going to support and vote Museveni. I've not seen Nup around. It is not popular. So to me, I think the masses will move out to vote for NRM as a party for those key developments that have taken place in this region.
President Museveni has done a lot for our region, and our schools have been built. We have gotten money for roads. We are NRM 99%. We just love the president.
While expectations remain high, achievements already acquired require consolidation.
The NRM government has done a lot of development for this region. As you have moved around, you have seen the road network that we can connect to Bundubujo within a short time. We can connect to Kasese. We can connect to other regions like Bunyoro and Ankole. And all our roads are tarmacked.
Because the NRM government touches the most local person. Now that even our elderly people, their age for benefiting from SAGE, social protection grant from elderly people, is now reducing from 80 years to only 65 years. What else are we demanding from the government of the NRM?
As the campaigns take shape, protecting the gains remains the NRM message. Henry Okrut, UBC.
And then over to Rakitura, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has reiterated the need for political and economic integration among East African states, as well as having a common voice as Africa if the continent is to fully realize its independence and build for the future. President Museveni, who spoke in the local dialect of Runyankore, also discussed issues affecting market prices for tea in Ankole, Kigezi and Toro, which he attributed to the poor garden practices and unavoidable international factors.
To be superior, kugira amani, kukiza abandi amani land forces, amahaga agahabutaka, kukiza abandi amani amahaga agomwanya air force. kukiza abandi amani amayaga agumunyanja neve rero bakagira amani space ataho yobuza Republic of Uganda, Republic of Kenya, Republic of Excellency wa ati mo ba Excellency na honorable na DJZ iki kintu cya Africa ukusigara inyuma bintu nk'ebyo n'umukigamba cye tubabiru bari mu kuzana dance paka chini ati ibintu bimurumu nibyo bikurebyo. So what is the future? So itota turi bagenzi jemukuga ngenzi ubona nyoni genzi. So itonjo twayiriza wait hati ukwenda kumu urupiragura ntwende East African Community konga ntwende East African Federation cyayi yambere abantu kane yambane imbera yense abo kuba nemero migongo ibindi bihingwa bitakumera ino mugashogo gwa environment hatakajeje ubu cyo mutindo ikikuretwa ukubanza nkanta cyetegereza ngo inkajana cyetegereza muri kiretwa okutakozesa rwezo kuko takozesa rwezo umutindo gufunguka kandi kiretse urwezo kurema nkucyo umutsigazi yagamba n'urutaro rwa Ukraine Russia yabenereta urwezo rwebe yahansi hati urutaro tingoma kubiyabiri konkati ikikuza kora nshemerero kumanya nyukanyera rikiri ngwebe yegwerere kimwe konka atubampamiza abanyangunga ebe teragwerere kimwe wakore ibirkwetengeza watamurwezo washoromaye umuhendo nugarako tubakore abamwe tubakore politics nko kuhereza bareba nko kuronda umurumu. They look at politics as a job, not as a service. So mbene bazoma banjare bakore ibyo izo nshobezo nezo zuriyo. So ubundi primaries nazo bazine mu bizuko ko nkati kinaba hawira abatakora bamu ngabagira nti cyo kubanza zo mu tribunal.
Now over to Soroti District Forum for Democratic Change. Presidential candidate Nathan Nandala Mafabi has promised to bring back cattle keeping in Teso region. While addressing his campaign rally in Soroti District at Turbara Town Council, Mafabi expressed disappointment that the Soroti meat packer factory is redundant for many years.
The campaign rallies of the FDC presidential candidate Nathan Nandala Mafabi in Soroti were spiced with traditional songs and dance at Ojom Parish grounds.
And so they have used this to cover the cost of medical bills, school fees, improving on their lives, and there's really nothing to invest and nothing to pay back to government. And so I am calling for debt relief relief of debts, especially to impoverished communities, so that the PDM starts afresh on another note. And in any case, really, we expect that there will be a waiver once Nanda Mafabi is president of this country, and we will have a new program based in the villages.
The candidate, who attracted a huge crowd at this rally, promised to invest money in people to start up enterprises. According to Mafabi, Teso was known for cotton growing and cattle keeping, emphasizing that it is the time to return the original cotton in this region.
Cotton used to come from this area of Teso. And that's why we're in this to tell you that it's time to return our original cotton.
While addressing residents of Tubur Town Council, Mafabi said the reduction in cattle keeping in Soroti has made the meat packaging factory in Soroti redundant.
In Soroti there is a meat packing industry, a meat packing factory. Soroti is nothing to pack now because there are no cows. Saying we are the ones with a plan to compensate people of Teso.
Mafabi said he will compensate these people's cows in real time, saying although the campaign "No Cow, No Vote" yielded a response from government, it does not add up. The candidate has conducted campaign rallies in Soroti district and Katakwi.
Uganda's Vice President Jessica Alupo has arrived in Washington, D.C. to represent President Yoweri Museveni at a signing of a Peace and Prosperity Accord between the Democratic Republic of Congo, Felix, where President Felix Tshisekedi and Rwanda's President Paul Kagame. She was received at a joint base Andros by U.S. protocol officials and Uganda's diplomatic team, including Ambassador Robina Kakonge and her deputy Tayebwa Katurebe. Alupo's presence underscores Uganda's role in prompting peace, dialogue, and stability in the Great Lakes region. Under President Yoweri Museveni, Uganda has been a key advocate for diplomatic engagement and regional cooperation, particularly in efforts to resolve conflicts in the eastern DRC. The accord comes after years of instability in eastern DRC, where more than 100 armed groups, most notably the M23, have contributed to widespread displacement and insecurity. Tensions between Kinshasa and Kigali have intensified since the M23 resurfaced in 2021, prompting international mediation. The Washington signing, scheduled for November 4, 2025, follows the extensive diplomatic efforts led by Angola and supported by the U.S. government. President Trump, Tshisekedi, and Kagame are expected to deliver remarks before signing the agreement, which aims to establish security guarantees, a framework for demobilization, and enhanced economic cooperation between the two countries. Now, the Prime Minister of Uganda, Robina Nabanja, has today spent a part of the day in Nkoko sub-county on a campaign trail seeking to be re-elected as a woman member of parliament for Kakumiro district. Speaking to voters, Nabanja explained some of the NRM achievements in Kakumiro, like roads, health centers, schools, among others. She appealed to the people of Kakumiro to turn up in big numbers on 15th December to welcome His Excellency, the President of Uganda, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, when he will be campaigning in Kakumiro.
Kitegura Mpongo ninye na Lukozi waluko kuruga Mpongo kugenda Mukora kugenda Musana mpaka itaondwa ninye na Lukozi amashanyarazi ago ba Museveni mukyayenda isomero emuli kulyenda kali no yeyo nabanja ati wona yeyo nabanja isomero lalifuna nenda kukole kitogo cha Mpongo abandi barakibasa ati tukwenda muntu wa muntu kigere ha kigere liso haliso boda ha boda tuhanju bapa magari ebikusinga tubikozire ebikyawula na biturabikora kimanyiro muhanda kumusawa yona bakutera chorus kubasaba umpakira nanyowe kubasaba buli muntu asebula akaru muntu wa muntu liso haliso njuhanju tusobole kusebula akaru ebiro 15 omwezi kunu tujja kukyaza okisa president mwije tuweka ensi tikunu Kakumiro wa Museveni ati abobwire January Karulu ebiro 15 wasigaye na ku 10 Museveni kubunga Kakumiro abakulagirira banye mikono hejuru ati muleke tubatera Karulu wali luno
Now, the former Attorney General William Byaruhanga has joined the unstoppable UG caravan in Fort Portal City to mobilize young people ahead of the campaign visit of the NRM presidential candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, scheduled this Saturday. The unstoppable UG caravan normally moves ahead of President Museveni's rallies to mobilize especially the youth, anchoring their message on the achievements of the NRM government under the leadership of President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Let's hear more.
Now to kickstart the president's visit on Saturday. We're just about back in.
We are preparing for the coming of the president. Akuma nutumanya president wakoma na ijamu stuke tuna cha Fort Portal akwenda abantu wea sangi watabekanide. So we have been working with the young guys, I'm a boda and the young people to see how they'll be participating in the coming elections.
I want to take huge appreciations to His Excellency the President of this country, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for the huge contribution he has extended to the people of Toro and to the people of Fort Portal City. As leadership, we have had remarkable achievements. All this has been possible under the NRM government, under President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. And that is why I, as an individual, and the people of Fort Portal are rallying behind His Excellency the President. Today, I am holding the flag as a city mayor. It means in the next election, I am likely to be a city mayor.
I want to thank the leadership of Port Portal. I want to thank our former Attorney General, their hangout South in the board, the flag bearers for being mobilizing together. Lord, that how this can achieve for the president be okay.
Now, former Minister for Foreign Affairs Sam Kutesa has reiterated his vow to end the opposition in Sembabule district. Kutesa was joined by NRM flag bearers in Sembabule district to launch the mobilization drive for NRM presidential candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
You see, I've been a painter for almost 4 decades, and I have found Global Paints to be very reliable. First, everyone knows we use Global Paint undercoat. Now, for the best results, I continue with Global Paints products. I go for silk vinyl when it comes to the interior. Then Global Matte for the ceiling, and when it comes to weatherproof, I go for Global Weather Coat Emulsion. With that one, the house will never peel. Now, there you have a sparkling, magical-looking house. And then the client is very happy. He recommends me to another person who recommends me to another person who recommended me to come and do the advert.
Global Paint, a reliable product.
Kabogozi, where are you coming from?
From NSSF.
NSSF? You traveled all the way from Namagudi to get NSSF services. Lekanawe. NSSF is now everywhere. Come on, I show you. You can register for NSSF. How contribute to your Simade life? Now deep down in the Marara. Make NSSF payments. No wahala okubekarangala. NSSF sure is not far. But tomorrow kuhika gotido. Enjoy NSSF from where you are.
Access NSSF services right where you live. With over 20,000 quick teller agents across Uganda, now you can conveniently register yourself, make NSSF payments and contributions to your Smart Life account, Jubira. NSSF, a better life.
This is our home, our land, our Uganda. From the rolling hills to the busy streets, from the farmers in the fields to the students in classrooms, we are one people. Elections are a time to choose our leaders, not to fight our brothers and sisters. When violence enters the ballot box, the future of our country is wounded. But when peace leads the way, our nation grows stronger. On election day, choose unity over diversion, respect over hatred, and dialogue over distraction. Love your country, protect your fellow citizens, stand for peace, and say no to electoral violence. This message is brought to you by the Global Election Observation Mission, GEOM, in partnership with the Uganda Electoral Commission. Informed citizens, strong nation.
The Amnesty Commission law, which was passed in the year 2000, is still operational. Therefore, the Amnesty Commission wishes to appeal to the members of the ADF and LRA who have not yet taken advantage of this law to come out and embrace peace while this law still exists. When you give up rebellion, you will be pardoned and warmly welcomed, resettled and reintegrated back into the community. You can report to the nearest army or police unit, a sub-county chief, a local council official, a magistrate, a religious or cultural leader in your area. These people will bring you to the Amnesty Commission. The Commission has offices in Kasese, Arua, Gulu, Kitgum, Mbale, and the headquarters in Kampala.
Welcome back from that short break. As we continue in our next segment, the chairperson of Uganda Human Rights Commission, Mariam Wangadia, has appealed to all stakeholders in the upcoming general elections to execute their duties without violating anyone's rights, so as the country can have a peaceful election. This follows incidents of violence and human rights violation that have emerged during the campaign period, especially within some presidential campaigns.
It is now 2 months since those contesting for the presidency began campaigning and convincing voters to trust them with the mandate of leading the country. However, some camps, particularly those in the opposition, have experienced clashes which police attribute to supporters and candidates who fail to follow guidelines issued by the Electoral Commission. This situation has prompted the Uganda Human Rights Commission to engage with all stakeholders, including the Electoral Commission, police, Uganda Communications Commission, religious leaders under the Interreligious Council of Uganda, and the media to deliberate on what can be done to ensure peaceful campaigns and elections. The chairperson of the Human Rights Commission, Mariam Wangadia, used this platform to remind police of their responsibility to protect people and their property, rather than using excessive force in situations where it is not necessary, especially during gatherings of some candidates.
Maintain law and order, firmly, professionally, and within the confines of human rights principles. The use of force must always be lawful, proportionate, and a last resort.
The Inspector General of Police, represented by Police Commissioner Dina Chasimide, began by apologizing for incidents observed during the campaigns, particularly in Iganga, where life was lost.
We don't go out to do harm, but when such cases happen, they are regrettable. We regret it and we are investigating it because we condemn it. It shouldn't have happened. So whoever did it definitely is going to face the law.
On behalf of the Electoral Commission, spokesperson Julius Muchonguzi urged police to conduct thorough investigations and uncover the causes of the irregularities emerging in campaigns, which had initially started peacefully.
These incidents should not be or paint the image of what is happening across the country, and we believe strongly that we can even address the root causes of the incidents that we've seen and we are seeing.
The Executive Director of Uganda Communications Commission, in a message delivered by the head of legal at UCC, Dr. Abdul Salam Waiswa, appealed to citizens to use online platforms responsibly and avoid activities that might trigger an internet shutdown during the election period.
That use communication platforms, both the mainstream and the new media, can we be responsible?
The stakeholders' engagement comes with just over a month remaining until citizens head to the polls to elect leaders at the presidential, parliamentary and other levels in the 2026 elections. Cayenne, Faith Andrew Sebida for UBC.
And in a festive spirit, Misteel Hotel has officially launched its annual Christmas lights display, marking the beginning of the festive season at its upscale facility. This ceremony, presided over by the hotel's managing director, showcased the hotel's readiness to host guests during the holidays.
At Misteel Hotel, the spirit of Christmas was ignited as the managing director led the countdown to the lighting of the hotel's iconic Christmas decorations. The dazzling display lit up the evening skies, symbolizing warmth, hope, and the beginning of festive celebrations. Speaking at the launch, the managing director revealed that the event is more than just a tradition. It's a message to guests that the hotel is fully prepared to offer exceptional hospitality throughout the festive period.
That on this year, we embarked on a refurbishment of this hotel. As you continue to send your guests to our rooms, as you continue to send your guests to our restaurants, the experience continues to become better.
He called upon Ugandans to maintain peace and harmony as they celebrate the season, emphasizing that a peaceful environment allows families and businesses alike to thrive during the holidays.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
Guests who attended the ceremony described the lighting as magical and praised the hotel for creating an inviting atmosphere that reflects the true spirit of Christmas. With the lights now shining bright at Mestil Hotel, the management says it looks forward to welcoming both local and international guests to share the joy of the season.
And over to West Nile, civil society organizations operating in the West Nile region are urging government to prioritize value chain sustainability to boost agricultural productivity and strengthen household incomes. Their call comes as a Power of Voice project, an initiative that has supported thousands of farmers in Arua, Nebi and Zombo since 2021.
Civil society organizations implementing agricultural programs in the West Nile region are urging government to prioritize value chain sustainability in order to improve productivity and strengthen household incomes. In Paida and Zombo district, 18 lead farmers from 6 communities attended a refresher training marking a final capacity building session for the project.
Especially my farmers from this side, from Arua, some have got this money, but others they are still. So we ask the government, if there's that chance, at least they should also consider our farmers from Arua district.
I'm ready to plant onion of 2 acres next season. So with that in mind, this financial constraint at least is going to narrow me. So I'm requesting government to.
Over the years, the initiative has trained 1,388 farmers in agronomic practices, post-harvest handling, business management, and financial literacy.
That knowledge is there and it will continue. But also to government, it will be good if the extension officers in the different sub-counties are able to continuously link these farmers to buyers so that they're able to tap those market opportunities.
Trainers underscore the importance of financial literacy and value addition, particularly for onions, the project key value chain crop. Agronomist Medias Kokunda noted that the refresher training was timely and revealed that onion farmers registered over 90% success.
Aspect is to make sure that they reuse the resources around them. And one of the resources that we are majorly looking at, also in terms of partnering with government, is to encourage the farmers to involve in government projects, one of them being like the PDM project that is running right now.
Local leaders also highlight improved food security and productivity, encouraging government to scale up onion production, strengthen farmer organization, and invest in post-harvest infrastructure.
It is an advantage, and the farmers are encouraged to benefit from groups and benefit from that income so that they can capitalize their businesses to be able to raise more money.
Jointly implemented by UAA, Oxfam Uganda, Siatin, ESAF and CESBAG, the Power of Voices project has strengthened value chains and empowered smallholder farmers across the region since 2021. Robert Katamba and Jamila Oluka reporting for UBC News.
Your way to Morocco with Uganda Cranes and MTN. Simply buy a Gaga bundle by dialing *100*0# and stand a chance to win a fully paid trip to Morocco. Gaga your way to Morocco with Uganda Cranes and MTN. Together, our fire is unstoppable. Fire! MTN. Terms and conditions apply. MTN Uganda is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
Parliament of Uganda will host the 15th edition of the East African Community Interparliamentary Games from 5th to 17th December 2025 in Kampala. The Games will be held across various venues including Philip Omondi, Chambogo, Ham Stadium, Makerere University, Wankulukuku, Kampala Golf Club and Serena Golf Club. Held under the theme Advancing integration through East African Community Parliamentary Sports, the games aim at fostering the East African integration process. Entrance is free and you are all invited to come and cheer your MPs as they take on their regional counterparts.
And into the world of business, Uganda Electricity Generation Company Limited, UEGCL, has posted strong financial and operational results for the year ended 30th June 2025, sustained by the first full year of generation from the 600 megawatt Karuma hydropower plant. This was highlighted at the company's 15th annual general meeting held at the Ministry of Finance.
15th annual general meeting in Kampala, the company announced a 40% jump in revenue to 492.3 billion shillings, driven by higher dispatch across its hydropower fleet and Karuma's contribution.
We registered a profit of 25 billion amidst all those challenges, and we were able to grow our revenues from 350 billion to 492 billion.
Profit after tax, however, dropped to 25 billion shillings, which management attributed to increased operating costs, higher depreciation, and interest obligations linked to the on-lent Karuma loan.
Some industrial parks have not been connected, so it hurts to have a capacity to generate, and you are not generating because there is no consumption.
On legacy assets, UEGCL reported continued negotiations with the EU and French government and the Naluba Alechira rehabilitation program, a long-term overhaul that is expected to extend the life of the historic complex. On Isimba, the company is presenting rehabilitation plans, starting with a cabinet paper presented to Parliament early in 2026.
We are dispatching the power. We are getting money from the electricity generated from Isimba, about $4 million a month. It's a good plant. That's why we are concerned about its safety. It is the safety issues that we are handling.
Management acknowledged sector-wide liquidity constraints, but said that cost optimization, digital transformation, and renewable projects will be central to improving returns and supporting Uganda's energy targets. Wadulo Arnold Mark for UBC News.
Still in business, the construction of has officially kicked off on the long-awaited Nyahuka-Mirambe Bridge in Bundibujo district, a project set to transform local trade and connectivity. Valued at 7.5 billion shillings, this multi-decade investment will link Nyahuka Town Council to Mirambe sub-county, opening up vital trade routes for communities across Bwamba County. Local leaders say the bridge is more than a concrete and steel, it's a lifetime. Honorable Tibakunirwa highlights that for years floods and poor roads blocked farmers from reaching Nyahuka market. Honorable Richard Mahumuza adds that infrastructure underpins all pillars of the parish development model, enabling farmers from Mirambe, Boganikere, Ndugutu and Ngite to access markets with ease.
I am so much honored to be here today representing the PS in the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of Nyahuka Mirambe Bridge. It is a great milestone in the district. The project is fully supported by government of Uganda, and it has been captured in our development plans in the Nara Manifesto. So by the time the district requested for support, the ministry was constrained and were not able to intervene immediately. Therefore comes timely, And we hope that the construction of this bridge, once it's concluded, will facilitate trade and open up connectivity to the centers that are up in the village. So I want to implore the contractor to execute the works to the right standard and quality and finish it within time.
Sure that in April, when this bridge is completed, you will see much more development in terms of construction crossing over to the other side. So I want to thank the government. We are very grateful. And I want to call upon everybody in Vondovujo. Tomorrow we are hosting our president. Let us come in big numbers.
It's going to help the community because we have been facing a problem of overflooding here. And during the rainy seasons, farmers will face a very big problem of accessing the Nyauka market. Now we are very happy because the government has maintained it that they should look for funds to come and begin the construction here.
And quickly into the world of sports, the National Council of Sports and Uganda Olympic Committee have flagged off the delegation of 13 athletes and administrators for the 4th African Youth Games in Angola. Let's take a look.
Team Uganda for Anoka Games in Angola. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
The team unveiled at the Copper Chimney in Lugogo will compete in 5 codes: athletics, 3x3 basketball, breakdance, swimming and table tennis. Chef de mission Harriet Aya will oversee Uganda's participation, while guest of honor Milton Chebet urged the athletes to compete with focus and discipline.
So we encourage you to go and compete courageously while upholding the spirit and values of Olympism. Let's respect each other, acknowledging that our backgrounds, our cultures, and our religions are all different.
You need to know that you carry the aspirations of this country. The country is looking up to you. What is happening today is we have so many success stories in sports. Whoever we send out today comes back home with a medal.
Team captain Brandina Chalimpa of 3x3 basketball, together with swimmer Patron Subi Mary, expressed readiness to represent the country and pursue podium finishes.
We are going to be having our competitions. We are so excited. The Uganda team is ready and we are ready to support the country by raising its flag up and playing so well, playing our best. I have been training tirelessly with my coaches, Coach Shan and Coach Solomon. I've been going to the gym. I've been going for long course training and on Sundays, and I think I'm very ready for this competition. I'm going to try to medal. I might not be sure about that, but I'm going to do my level best to medal.
Beyond medal ambition, the Games also serve as a key qualification pathway for the Youth Olympic Games in Senegal next year. Marsha Miro Victor, UBC News.
Now, the second edition of Gulu City Marathon is set for this Saturday at Kaunda Grounds, with organizers and partners confirming full readiness.
Speaking during a media briefing at Kampala Club, Steering Committee Chairperson Francis Kimara revealed that this year's event has recorded its highest turnout yet, registering 1,500 runners, far above the initial projection of 1,000.
But as I speak now, we are overwhelmed by the numbers. We rose the numbers to 500 and closed at 1,500. So we have sold out, which to us is a testimony that many people now want to run. Hence, the objective of health is being attained.
Gimara said all key elements, including security, route preparation, and logistics, are in place. The marathon route was assessed by Gavin Wright, a World Athletics accredited measurer, and the event will feature a global timing system. Lead partner Taskerlight promised to bring vibrant energy to Gulu, with a VIP after-party showcasing top performers and premium experiences.
Look at the City Marathon, it brings the same energy in terms of vibrance, just like I say, the marathon, as I said, does. The same vibe, the same energy, the same adventure that Tascalite is bringing.
Because as you know, lifestyle diseases are on the rise, and as stakeholders we need to be thinking about how we create platforms to address what the Ministry of Health has now termed as a crisis.
Other sponsors, including Uganda Bati, will add value through initiatives such as a medical camp. The marathon, themed Running for Culture and Heritage, will feature 42 kilometers, 21 kilometers, 10 kilometers, and 5 kilometer categories, with proceeds supporting the Martin Alike Youth Skilling Center.
And that's all we had time for. Thank you once again for allowing us into your space. My name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango. Dorothy Namyomba has been with us on sign language. Let's meet again at 10 o'clock.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Qualified, professional, and compassionate doctors talking real solutions to real health problems.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening.